Hello, this is Jay recording an interview for Ramair 1350am with the King Bruce here at Elizabeth Empire. Hello!
Hello!
How are you today?
Very well, very well. Very tired.
Are you tired after your gig in York?
Yeah, after gig in York, and we had a bit of a late one at festival last night, and we're feeling it, but very up for the party tonight, man. I've been travelling around Middlesbrough today, and it's like, it's Leary. It's a Leary town. People like to party in this town. That's the vibe that I'm getting, so I'm looking forward to some.
Do you think it's a bit hard then, doing two gigs in one day? I've heard that you've tried to break status quo record of doing 4.
We didn't try.
We did.
You did?
We did.
Destroyed it.
Destroyed it.
Yeah.
We clapped all over it from a great height.
Yeah, they didn't really. We did like 8, I think.
It was about 8.
We did. They
did a pathetic amount, you know, for a world record. They did about
like
4 or 5. It took me years to plan it. It's like, well, for a world record, 4 or 5 gigs.
And they had jets and the police like convoying them down the motorway, and we had a beat up ambulance, and we did it. We beat them. 24 hours, 8 gigs.
Whereabouts did you film in all over the UK?
We basically went outside every venue that Status Quo played at. So like they played at Wembley, we went in the Wembley car park, and they played at Birmingham NEC. We went at NEC just outside playing to the queue, and then we did like a couple of extra stops. We did like there was this indie record shop in Leeds we did, and the last stop was like a house party. We done a couple of extra stops on the way, but the idea was to follow their tour and then do some extra.
That took us all the way, starting from London at 12 in the afternoon, up to Glasgow, and then back to London again for the following 12.
10 minutes.
Then you used to play in the bands and warehouses, and you just like to go out and just get your music out there basically to fans and that, invite your friends to the gigs and that.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to do like them sort of gigs, and I prefer all the big Wembley type stadiums?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really know what I prefer. I like the way that we are at the moment, in that we can have our feet in both worlds. You know, we can go out and do a squat party one night, and the next night we can go and do a big gig or a big festival or something, and that is to be able to be in both worlds. So I don't really like to pick one above the other, because they're both different. You know what I mean? And for their own reasons, they're both. I don't think we'd have it any other way where we don't have both.
They all have their merits. So you know, going from it doesn't matter if it's a squat show or you're playing a small club or a large arena or you're playing a festival. Everything has its merits, and you know, it's just the opportunity to play live in different situations in different places that is just really cool. And as it said, for us to be in that position where we can kind of sort of be in both worlds and still stay in the squat scene and still play in squats and then still play small clubs and then go out and play the big festivals, it was really cool. It's really humbling, I think is the word I'm looking for. Is that the word?
Is the word?
Yeah, is that the word I'm looking for?
Yes.
Yeah, humble.
If you could go anywhere in the world, then the perfect place to be, or would you prefer just staying?
Hell no. I mean, I'd really like to sort of. I mean, I want to go everywhere. Do you know what I mean? It's like every single place we go to, every time we go to a new town, a new country, it's like I'm just utterly amazed by at first what we thought it was going to be like, and then getting there and realising what it's going to be like. And I'm not sure exactly when it is we're going to learn our lesson. I think about, you know, we've been through, must have been hundreds of towns now, and we still haven't learned that no matter where you go, people are exactly the same. They just talk a bit different or whatever, do you know what I mean? But people are people no matter where you go, and it's like, but it always shocks us that like we go somewhere expecting it to be one way, and then it's completely another. I don't know where we'd most like to go. I mean, we just want to go everywhere, do you know what I mean? It's hard to say really where you want to go the most until you've been there. I don't know.
Yeah, Scunthorpe would be great. I think we played there, haven't we?
Watford.
Never Watford again. We're not allowed in Watford again.
Watford's where we won't go. Anywhere other than Watford would be fantastic.
We're not allowed back in Watford. No, but we're really not. We're not going to go there. I know. I mean, like, yeah. I just want to travel the world with my mates playing music. It's just like there's no particular one place. It's just everywhere. I want to see every corner of the world.
Is there any perks or downsides to touring?
There's definitely downsides. There's definitely perks. You know, sometimes you're away from home, you're away from your loved ones, you're away from your friends. Yeah, it's tough. You haven't had any sleep for days, and you've eaten, you know, a sandwich for 3 days or something. It can be like tough, but at the same time, it's like that's just nothing compared to what you get out of it. You know, no matter what level you're at if you're just a gang of like 3 mates and you can manage to get a car together and go on tour and go around playing music together and be experiencing all the same things as a little gang, man, you know, if you're doing that, don't let anyone tell you that that isn't the greatest thing in the world, because it is, man. When you're out there having an adventure with just your friends, it doesn't matter if you're selling records or if people are coming to see you. The fact is you're traveling around with something and you're doing something positive and you're living life as how it's supposed to be lived. You know, we're not supposed. I don't believe that human beings are supposed to stay in one place. I believe that we're supposed to travel. I'm sorry, we just teach your room for an interview. Is that all right? Sorry, we'll be like 5 minutes, man. So sorry. That's a support band. They're good. They're called Lady, man. Very good. What was I even saying?
Touring.
Touring is wicked.
Touring is the best thing in the world. Like, you go around with your mates in a van and you get on each other's nerves and you want to kill each other at some points, but then you go and play and it all goes away and it's amazing. It's just
it's extremes. It's highs and lows. There's not much middle ground.
It's like physically grueling, and you know it's painful, and particularly if you know we're quite an active band, and we're quite, you know, we try and give every night, we try and give 100% live, and we do, and you know, you do that for 2 weeks on the trot with no breaks, it begins to take its toll, but you know, wouldn't change it for the world. Couldn't do anything else.
Fans then that have went a bit over the top now.
I get cakes from them every time to time.
I don't know, man. No, our fans are absolutely fantastic. They're brilliant. There was 2 I met today actually, and it was so sweet. And like because we did a gig earlier today in York, and they just come up to us afterwards and they were just making small talk, and they were like, "Oh, when's your next gig?" And we was like, "Oh, tonight actually." And I'm like, "Oh, what are you playing?" Like, "Oh, we're playing in Middlesbrough." And their faces just dropped, and they're like, "You're not going to believe where we just drove down from." And they didn't know about tonight's gig, and they'd driven all the way down from Middlesbrough to York to go and see the gig tonight. And it's like, oh man, you know, things like that are really sweet. But I don't think our fans have ever been over the top. They're just cool, man. They're fantastic. It's like we really have got, like, the kids that come to our gigs. I don't even like to use the word fan. It's like they're just kids. You know what I mean? They're like, you know, yeah, exactly. I do see a lot of them as mates, you know, and it's like I think the atmosphere that we create at our gigs is the kind of the one thing that I'm proudest of, in that everyone who comes, no one's cooler than anyone, you know what I mean? No one's the coolest. It's like, it's very much an equal, one love thing, band, audience, everyone, you know, and I'm quite proud of that vibe, that people can come in and can feel comfortable no matter who they are. If they're into like reggae, hip hop, punk rock, whatever they're into, they can come and feel comfortable at the gig, and that's a beautiful thing. I'm pleased that we've managed to have that.
Anyway, honest to God, the first time we've ever done that. Ever.
Who would I like to work with? A lot of people, a hell of a lot of people, man. There's a lot of good artists out there.
Songs we're making
We're
not ready, but we're writing in the moment, writing like beasts. Every day we ain't playing, we're in the studio, banging them out. And it's going good, man, it's going good. You know, the next album is going to be a departure from Save the World, Get the Girl. We never want to be one of those bands that puts out the same album twice. Under the Fog was of its own, Save the World, Get the Girl was of its own. This next record is definitely going to be of its own, musically and lyrically. Yeah, absolutely, a whole different sound. You know, we don't want to stay stale. If we've done something once and we feel that we've done it properly and we've done it well, we ain't got no need to go back to it and do it again. We've done it. We're all about the evolution, we're all about evolving, we're all about moving on and creating something new and growing. I think there's some bands that can put out the same record 17 times and it's still great. You know, I love Discharge, I love the Ramones, I love Motorhead, but that's not the band that we are, you know. We're a band that's going to progress, push things forward and be brave and stick our necks out, and yeah, that's how the next record's going to be too.
Yeah, it will always sound like us as well, because it's the same people creating the record, it's the same people creating the sounds and the music. But yeah, as it said, I mean, we progressed from like sort of starting out playing acoustic punk and reggae and ska when no one else was doing that. You know, there was no acoustic punk scene when we started. It didn't happen. It hadn't happened in this country yet, so we felt by ourselves. But it just felt right for us to do an album like that and Save the World. You know, we decided that we wanted to adapt from there and maybe move on to more sort of like electric based instruments in there, and then whatever we do next, we write a hardcore album or if we write a grime record or whatever it is, you know, it will always be us because it's the same people creating it. Yeah.
Good luck for the future and everything. Thanks for opportunity.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
That was Jared Pont for Ramair 1350 AM.